Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Her. Thanks so much for watching this video. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notifications when we go live, hit that bell button as well. We go live 30 minutes after close. That's 3:30 p.m. Central, my time. 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, the link is below. If you're here right now, say what up. We got quite a few people here just joining in, getting a new flow here. Linda, how you doing? Logic. I actually added another monitor so I can see the chat better here. So we'll see if this Glenn, what's going on? Linda, just in case today's depressing, I made chocolate cake and fluffy orange Jello. Can't say I'm a fan of Jello or cake, but whatever makes you feel better. I actually hate cake, and I don't think I've had Jello since the '90s Jello commercials. Smart Trader, Cobra Commander, Samuel, welcome. Greg, how you doing? Hope everybody did okay today. We had the S&Ps down almost 12. Dow is down like 130 right now. I think it closed like 80 or something, like 80, not down 180. Looks like this is, and NASDAQ is up 46. So kind of an interesting day, interesting action. Sakara Kid, how you doing? If you're just joining us right now, say what up. Pretty crazy action here. And kind of what I want to talk about was that the bears are coming for you. And kind of what I mean by that is, Manny, what's going on? We had some crazy momentum, and let me make myself a little bit smaller here so you can see here. Tom, how you doing? Welcome to the UVH live stream. What I was saying back in the day, back here in February, where we kind of ramped up. This right here has failed right here. This 2820. So I'm looking at the S&Ps, kind of the price action here, and the banks just had earnings, and they've just given up so much in gains recently here. We're at. It had a little bounce here from 27.10, 27.09 all the way up to 28.20ish, 28.15. Ray Lee, easy, what's up? And this is kind of what I'm looking at, like the daily chart today. I was actually really impressed here at open. We gapped up a little bit. We were green before open. And then really we just swung, like right at open in the first hour, we swung 30 points. It went from 27.79 all the way to 27.49. That was a strong indicator to me that things are going to be pretty dicey today. Hamed, how you doing? As for me personally, I actually closed the day up $34. The only position that I had on today, what I started the day off was I had two options on Tesla, and I was down about $80 on that. And it seems that I just keep playing defense on Tesla, and I'm trying to find, I made some money back in Tesla, and I put another position on last week, and it just didn't get the bounce that I wanted last week. We went up to 283. I cashed some things out in here. But then I had another position, and we just went down, wrote it on down. So I actually, to kind of look at this again, playing defense. Last week, playing defense worked out pretty well in Tesla, and actually you can't see that. Hold on, let me. Let's go smaller here. Linda says the only stock that she had up was Apple. So I had on 10/16. I paid 74 cents. I averaged down again 41 cents. And today, I wish I bought some more because I brought my average down to 27 cents here, as you can see. And I bought 3 of them. But the thing is, I didn't want to risk too much. And I'm thinking that, my break even right now is 27 points. We closed at like 22 cents. So now on the overall position, I was down 80. I was down 80 near the open or this morning. I'm only down $25 on this position now, but now I've accrued 5 contracts for this position. So once again, here we are playing defense on Tesla, and I don't know, this way to play defense seems to be working out, especially for Tesla. I don't know if it will really work out for other stocks in terms of doing that. Like Tesla's at a very key support level, which is kind of the reason why I did that. So now my average is 27 cents. So I only got like 5 more cents to go to be break even. So hopefully it exceeds that, because I definitely, with all the hassle here, I definitely would like to see some money, make some money. Today I put a strangle on Alibaba, I put a strangle on Bank of America, and I put a strangle on Morgan Stanley. And the only one I'm down on right now on that play today is Alibaba. Would have made some more, but I put the trade on. When I put the trade on, I have the 155 calls and the 138 put. So I have a bullish skewed strangle, and I put it on during this spike, thinking it was going to go break up above 150 because there's such strong momentum, because of the Chinese stocks rallying last night. So I thought it was going to break through 150, and it just stopped. So that's why IV got crushed a little bit. So that's why the volatility went down, and that's why the pricing went down. So that's why I'm down $26 on that. But that's not too bad. We'll definitely recover for that. It cost me $1.20. I did post all my options in our options trading group. So if you're following me there, you kind of know what I'm talking about. The link's below if you're not. Linda, Jose, still screwed, sell, call on. You know what was disappointing on Tilray? I was a week early, and I had Tilray 110 puts, right? It wasted my time going up to 178. I had 110 puts, and those 110 puts, I actually paid like, what did I pay for this? I think I paid 50 cents for them, if I remember correctly. They're now worth $350. At one point today, they were worth like $500-600. Would have made like 2,000%. And what's to learn from that is, like with options, what I took from that is not necessarily that I had the wrong idea. I had the right idea. I just didn't have the timing right. And in options, timing is everything. So it was a small loss. That's why I don't risk big on those weed stocks, because it could definitely go either way. And then the day after expiration, it goes to where I want it to go. A little frustrating, but it is what it is. But in play today was the bank stocks. Now, Bank of America, what I was looking at on here is we broke some key levels here. We had on Friday was pretty stable, and then today just bloodshed. And if you're looking at Bank of America, one of the interesting chart plays here is back in here. So I have the 27 here, so you can see easier here. Bank of America, I have a 27 put and a 28.50 call. That definitely did not put this trade. I actually just bought the calls at first. So we'll go. I just bought the calls at first back in here, because I was just only going to play calls on this. And then it was holding up. I thought it was going to kind of rebound back up to 28.50. So I bought the 28.50 calls, and then it just fell up. It broke below this 27.70. So then I added the put. So it started off with just calls, and then I added the puts. I turned it into a strangle after it broke this level. So definitely could have got better pricing on the strangles, just because I layered it in 2 different trades versus just doing one trade. But kind of what I was looking at here on the long-term chart, back down in here is really the only support for this, where it is like 27.50. It did break below the 27.50 mark, and the next stop is looking like 26.80, 26.50 here. So to kind of go back, we're gonna hit. It looks like it wants to hit yearly lows, 52-week lows. Even though it just had nice earnings, making money, can't complain there. Just for some reason, it's selling off. And really, the next support, I'm going on the 2-year chart here for Bank of America. We're at 27.38. Really, no solid support until like 22, 23 area, like right in this area, right in here. So, did anybody trade the bank stocks? I know Easy was trading bank stocks with me today. I was trading bank stocks. He traded some Bank of America and Morgan Stanley, because we were talking in the chat. Anybody else trading Bank of America? I know that Bank of America comes up a lot when we do these, and I actually haven't traded Bank of America in quite some time. It's just the action was crazy. GS, Manny's trading GS. I actually don't have a position on GS because I feel like right now I'm very heavy in the banks. And the one thing that was very interesting today is even though let's look at GS too. JP Morgan took a hit too. Yeah, this looks. I'll probably play GS. The one thing that I noticed about GS is premiums on Monday are super rich. I usually wait till like Tuesday to kind of get through that. But like for GS, I definitely think it's coming down. The banks are selling off. Richard, how you doing? I mean, this looks very bearish to me. You know, after it's getting up here like towards 230 and it's getting rejected. I mean, 210 is back on deck here. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. And there's really no real explanation why it's going down, and mainly just people are selling it, really, you know. That's really what it comes down to. You know, Goldman Sachs has really been struggling. I've been trading it pretty successfully down in here. It's been a great stock for me to trade, and I'll probably add it. I'll probably start trading it once I get off of Bank of America and Morgan Stanley once I take some profits in there. But I mean, from 275 down to 210 in just like a few months, I mean, it's undeniable. So it's hard to say which direction we're going, but you know, right now it has the banks have a very bearish sentiment right now. Juan, how you doing? Greg is up 61% on his Bank of America puts. No banks. Hoping bears won't eat my lunch. Sold a 23.5 credit put spread on AMD. The one thing that I want to say, like, I'm not saying in this video that, you know, to go full on short or go full on anything, but you gotta respect the charts here. You gotta respect this right here. What's going on here? You know, this 28.20. Like I said on Friday, you know, it looked like it wanted to recover here. Like I said, it could as quickly as it could go back up to 2,900. It could easily come down to 2,500 here with the S&Ps. Like it could come back down here like nothing. So you know, it's not that. That's why I'm hedging. That's why you see me hedging everything. I'm hedging everything. You know, because it can rip up. It can rip up crazy. And the one thing that were pretty interesting today were like the tech stocks. They were talking about people with less money. No banks, hoping bears won't eat my lunch. Yeah, AMD. The only thing with the tech stocks and the good indicator, because I own some tech stocks in my on my Robinhood portfolio. My Robinhood portfolio was almost up 2% today, because it's mostly tech stocks, right? But the one thing that really caught my eye here, I was watching Facebook this morning, right? We gapped up a couple points here, so it closed at what, 154. It gapped up a little bit, not too much. It went up to 156, came down, and then it went up to 157, and it just got smacked down. So then I was checking other stocks, and every spike, including like the S&Ps, you can see here, after selling off, it spiked up pretty big. Spiked up, got smacked down, spiked up, got smacked down, and then it kind of just flattened out towards the end of the day. But I mean, every spike here, they kept, like the bears, spike, knock down, spike, knock down, spike, knock down. Like this Facebook chart is perfect. Kind of summed up the day is that, you know, the bulls were really trying, and eventually one side is going to get really tired. And I feel like right now the bears are in control, even though Facebook did close green, up 73 cents. But that price action though, like if you just look at this, like it just went, you know, the spikes kept getting smaller then because, you know, they kept getting batted down. Headlines say GS plans to offer wealth management for the little guy. Yeah, I don't think that's that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's going to be a catalyst. I'm sorry, a catalyst for it to move up. They plan to offer. They don't have the product out yet. I mean, the product's out. It's not working. They're not reporting revenues on it, so it's going to be a bit. You know, if you bought GS when it was like 270, 260, you're in trouble now. You're down over 20%. My friend later went, you finish your live chat, that I'm learning a lot from you. If you can explain how to get out from a sell quarter I did with Kron. Hey Jose, tell me what your strike is, expiration, and I'll definitely tell. And if you did a credit spread, and let me know how much you got a credit for. So. Yeah, so I mean, right now I would say we're today was kind of confirmation to me that we're kind of in a dangerous spot with the stock market, because we've only had, since we've had this volatility, we've only really had 2 up days, and there was only like one really good up day. I mean, there's really only one good up day was this day, was on 10/16, and then 10/17 we were up, but it didn't close very well, and then straight down. I mean, if this goes back down, if this visits the 2700 area again this week, or in general at all in the very near future, I mean, we're going to be in some big trouble here. We're going to be in some big trouble here. Excellent. We're going down. Nothing looks good. Yeah, you just got to be careful, because the premiums are going to be rich now. The more we go down, the more, and the faster we go down, premium is going to be rich. That's why I was selling some premium last week. Today I didn't do it because Morgan Stanley and Bank of America, they did earnings last week or the week before that, and their premiums were relatively cheap. I mean, Bank of America is at a 49, when a lot of the stocks like Baba Baba went down too. Baba was at 80 earlier this morning. Tesla is at 80. Some of these actually got premium crushed today. The one thing I'm still looking at Tesla for this kind of back in this area of support. If we get up to 270, 280, definitely going to make my position very, profitable. Nvidia after hours, I don't know. I don't think did Nvidia have earnings? I don't think so. Not today. I'm not seeing anything going on after hours. Nvidia is not really back to where it was. It's up 3 cents it's up 3 cents. Don't worry. Nvidia actually not doing so bad, but Nvidia's actually been interesting to me lately, because I like these chart plays, and there seems to be a lot of them right now where we're kind of just balancing. Like, my favorite charts are really where we're just kind of balancing, kind of dangling, because that makes it good for a good option trade. The one thing I would say is IV is rather high right now, comparative to where we've been here. Easy says, what's on my watch list for tomorrow? So what I want to do tomorrow is I really want to clean up my Bank of America trade. I want to clean up my Morgan Stanley trade. I'll probably rotate out, and if those are profitable, I'll probably look at Goldman Sachs. I'd like to, hopefully we can get a nice day in Tesla tomorrow. I can get out of Tesla. The tech stocks are green today, and I don't know if that's a dead cat pounce or what, but the tech stocks have been feeling the pressure a lot more than the other stocks, and I don't know if it's just trying to catch up or line up. But the tech stocks are doing better today, but they've also taken the worst beating in this whole selling off that we've experienced in the last few weeks here. Easy says, is it true that trading 5 to 6 weeks with high IV and looking for trikes that are changing in a weird way are good to trade? 5 to 6 trading 5 to 6 weeks with high. I'm not sure. Are you? I would say if you're buying premium, I don't think it matters what time of the day you're buying. Like, well, I mean, what time, how far out? Like, if you're like, let's say I bought. Let's go to Tesla here. Okay. Let's say I'm buying, oh, this is wrong. This is Nvidia. Let's go to Tesla. Okay. Let's say I'm buying premium up in here in the 90s and the 80s here, when premium is high versus down here. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter when, selling puts. Okay, if you're selling puts, yeah, technically you want to sell premium up in here when it's like 80s or 90s. Yeah, if you're buying premium though, we'll finish this idea. If you're buying premium up in here and IV goes down to here, even though we're heading, let's say you bought these like 300 calls for, like 6 weeks out up here with premium, and then like 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, let's say you're headed up, you're like in 4 weeks from now, you're like at 280, and premium comes down to here. Even though you move closer, IV got crushed, and your out of the money options get crushed as well. If you're looking for something for like when IV's high, like for selling premium, selling puts, you'll want to look at let's say you did, typically you want to go. like 30 days out, 40 days out. But the one thing that you have to be very careful with right now selling premium is we're in earnings season. That's you're not going to get the IV crush that you want, and then this position could go against you. Let's say Tesla says has bad earnings before November 7th, and let's say you bought these like monthlies 25 days out. You're not going to get the IV crush that you want before earnings. You're going to have to wait till after earnings, which then increases your risk. So it really depends on what your goals are. Now, a lot of the times, like what will happen to stocks that have sold off a lot, like Tesla or Apple or whatever, let's say they sold off a lot and they're having earnings, a lot of times they will ramp up before earnings. I'm not saying they do every time, but they do ramp up before earnings. Actually, Tesla doesn't look like to be one that ramps up before earnings. I mean, back in here maybe, but then you know, it's hard to say. But sometimes you do get the ramp up, but you don't really get the premium crunch. And let's say it does go away from your, like, let's say you're selling puts and Tesla does go away from your target, but then IV goes from 81 to like 100, then your puts get more expensive. So you're not really making any money in that. When you're selling puts or you're selling premium, you want the value of the option to go down instead of up. So that was just a quick spiel on selling premium. Cron, the one thing I would say about like Cron, if I don't think you ever responded with your strikes. Actually, it's looking pretty good here. I thought that it wasn't going to have any liquidity, but there's actually some pretty good liquidity in here. We got 1,300 in volume. Bid and the ask is 5 cents. That's not too bad. Cron only trades in nickels, by the way, so you can't trade. So this is the closest bid and ask you're going to get. You're not going to get like a 33 cent. You know, it looks like, well, it does say last here, 34. Looks like there's I thought they were trading nickels, but you see the last prices here are 13 and 34. It's kind of, you know, odd numbers. So William put a butterfly on AMD. Risk is 16, potential gain almost $3, assuming I configured it right. Yeah, AMD is one that is definitely on a watch right now. Since Friday was such a terrible day. Look at that red bar on AMD on Friday. Friday was terrible. I mean, just whew, people got hurt. But people also made a lot of money. You know, right now, let's say we get this 24 area, this 24, 25 area. You know, if it fails, I'm really surprised that it bounced here. What did it look like the daily chart here? Yeah. So tomorrow is going to be I feel for AMD, tomorrow is going to be really important because we had this huge down day on Friday. You know, almost $4 from high to low. I mean, that's crazy. $2.40. I mean, yeah, $3.40. Sorry, $3.40 from high to low here on expiration Friday. So people made a killing on that, and then it looks like it wants to rebound today. AMD, the one thing that might save AMD has earnings this week. AMD has earnings on Thursday, I believe, and so does Snapchat. AMD, that's what's going to either save that or it's going to crush it. So I'm not really putting a trade on it because I don't think I'm going to be trading AMD earnings. You know, the risk, if we go to AMD, switching over to Tastyworks so you guys can see, you know, the premium is really rich here. I mean, yes, you could do something here. You could do something unprotected, but let's say I did like almost a one standard deviation strangle, which would probably be like, you know, $1.21, which is pretty good. However, if it doesn't move or only moves like $1, you're going to be in trouble here. You're going to get an instant IV crush. Now you could say, you know, you could sell some premium. However, premiums come down a little bit. It's at 74 right now. You know, you could sell an iron condor on it, but what I would be very cautious of selling like an iron condor on something like this. You know, you could sell an iron condor, probably like that would probably be a little bit better. You know, something like this. Well, let me make myself smaller so you guys can see. You know, you probably want to do this where you're risking like a 1-to-1. The problem with this is, you know, being where we're at right now with the chart, it could move. This could move a lot. Last earnings we went from 16 to like 18, 17, which is like that's over a 10% move. If it moves over 10% this time, that's like 250, and I'm only putting on, the expected move is $3. So I'm selling within the expected move here. So it'd be a little dangerous. Easy. Do you need to have a cash account to sell puts or a minimum of 20K in your account? To sell puts, no, you just need a margin account. With a margin account, you need to have a balance of 2K. So you're still going to be under PDT rule. If you're with Tastyworks or even with Robinhood, you could sell with a balance of $2,000. Manny says, have you ever thought about doing a live trade session on YouTube? Actually, Manny, it comes up a lot. I'm actually working on things right now that will definitely help with that. So I'm not ready to announce anything, but I've been working hard because I guess I didn't anticipate this community growing so big so fast, and I definitely appreciate every one of you that are joining this channel and making it is what it is, and talking the stock market with me on a daily basis. Like it's great. Break evens about 22 to 28. Yeah, so I think William, I just dived into that. Strangle on versus straddle on Snap and Twitter. When is Twitter's earnings? Is Twitter's earnings? Twitter's not earnings. No, Twitter's earnings is 23rd. I don't like that it doesn't show the. Oh, 25th. See, it got cut off. So 25th. So Twitter's interesting. I like Twitter. I mean, I'm still holding stock on Twitter. But I mean, one more bad quarter, this thing is gonna be one more bad quarter, this thing is gonna be. Now, the one thing that I would be mindful of is that it had a huge drop. Same with Facebook last quarter, or any of the social media stocks. I mean, they just took a beating because of slower user growth and all that stuff. And people are going to try to do a repeat of this. I mean, this closed down like, it went from 42 down to 37. I mean, we had 20% plus moves, and actually ended up lower, went all the way to 30 before kind of leveling out. And it's pretty much been in range, even though we've been falling apart here. It looks like a little bit of a downtrend here. Twitter IV rank is 100 right now. Like, people are anticipating this to move big, and normally what I say is kind of like the us versus herd. The herd mentality is if everybody's in on the same trade, it's probably too good to be true. Like if everybody has a strangle or a straddle on Twitter right now, I don't think I would play this. What I would do though is I would play after earnings. Would probably be the smarter play. Is, as you can see here, yes, you made some money here. But after the IV crush came in here on Twitter, you could take advantage of this, and then moved another $7 to the downside after earnings. So that would probably be my play right now, because IV's right here. However, selling premium to me for Twitter would be way too risky. If it had explosive earnings that goes up to 40, you're going to be screwed selling some premium in here. You could sell. I mean, probably the safest option would be to sell puts. However, with the way social media is going, I don't know. You need some more data to make that decision. It could easily come back to 20, easily. This chart is messy. This chart is messy, and same with Snap. Snap's chart is disgusting. I mean, but for Snap, what I was actually looking at a play in here for today. I mean, I would probably do, if I was going to trade this, I'd probably do something like this. I'm only risking 48 cents. I would only do one contract. I'm not playing big on this. If it falls below 6, great. If it goes above 750, if it returns back to 10, would be nice. But I think it's very hard to say, because I know that Evan, the CEO of Snap, saying that they're making some changes in their profitable quarters, and they're doing whatever they gotta do to do with it to survive. I mean, they're now in penny stock land. I mean, they can't have another bad quarter. So that may give you some hope. Like if they can't have another bad quarter, maybe they're going to be doing some stuff that is going to be impressive. I don't know, but like earnings is always a coin flip. So I would rather trade in this scenario. I would rather trade the aftermath. Versus trading beforehand and having the unknown. because you're going to get some nice premium crush. If it's moving a lot, you're going to be able to take advantage. Either it's going to rip up, or let's say it gaps up and then gives it all back. I mean, there's going to be some opportunities there. So I don't think for me personally, and this is my opinion, I don't think I would trade Snap or Twitter before earnings. Premium is rich. It may not move. It's a crowded trade, and everybody's going to be looking to make a killing because everybody made a killing last quarter or a couple quarters ago. And look at the last earnings on Snap. It really didn't go anywhere. Versus this quarter right here, people made a lot of money on. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful. However, we're way below, where it was last quarter. It's down 50% since last. It's down 50% since last earnings. So, Cheatin, I hope I said that right. Do you expect Bank of America to go up tomorrow? I hope not. I honestly don't. I don't think it's going to go up tomorrow, but that's just my opinion. I actually hope that it goes. I need it to go. I want it to go below 27. Is my goal right now for Bank of America is this range down here, 26.50. I'd like it to drop like another 80 cents. So I'd like it to come down in here, ideally, before I take my trade off. Is kind of my goals. Now it might not happen. It might not happen. But if it goes back up to 29, I'm okay with too, because I got the 28.50 calls. So right now it's kind of in this floating in this air, like in the middle here, where it could go either way. But right now the selling pressure is to the downside. Jose, my friend, this is what Crunchers bought a $9 call, $9 strike call, 11.2. Okay, so let's go with Cron. 11.2. You got the nine calls. So you paid $1.45. So I don't understand. So you're saying, how do you get out? So it depends if you believe in the trade or not. Still, I mean, you're down 50%. So for me, at 50%, I manage my losers. If I believe in the trade, I'll scale in. Like Tesla, I believed in the trade mainly because we're down here at the lows. Tesla, Cron, I would lick my wounds and move on. Like I would probably, like, for me, I would probably just exit this trade. Say it was a 50% loser. Take the $55 or $60 that I can get back, and then trade something else, because it's in trouble. That's all I can say. I mean, this is big trouble right here, big trouble. Hamed, the way that IV is so high, even if we are right on the move, we don't make that much. I placed some trades on Friday, but didn't make any. Yeah, you got to be careful about that. Also check the deltas and your thetas, because if those are really strong, I mean, you're gonna have a hard time making money. Or if delta's low, you're not gonna make a lot of money on it. If delta for like Tesla, this Tesla trade I am kind of a good example. These calls are kind of out of the money, but my delta's only 3 cents, which is terrible. But luckily I average down quite a bit. So for every dollar this moves towards my strike, I'm only gonna make $3. So like to go up $10, I'm gonna only make $30, which is very bad. But right now for me, is this playing defense on this trade? So always check your delta and look at what your theta is. I mean, this theta's pretty strong here too. So it's saying theta right here for this is not a very good trade for me. Hopefully tomorrow we gap up and I can make some money here. But if, let's say, Tesla opens at 260 tomorrow, theta's going to take 15 cents. It's only worth like 20, 25 cents. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. So it's a risky defensive play, but I think we'll be okay. But you gotta kind of check that theta and the theta and the delta. Jose owns 600 shares besides the call. I mean, the thing about stock is it doesn't expire. The one thing about options is you can't hold on to it. Like worst case scenario, if you still believe in Cron, like it depends if you believe in it or not. If you still believe in Cron, you can always buy more shares, average down, do what you need to do. With options, you have to be a little bit quicker to think. You have to say, okay, this trade may not work out by November 2nd. What am I going to do? Am I going to hold on? Am I going to add a put to balance this out? Am I going to buy more calls because I think it's going to go up. You have to play either defensive or you have to trade something else to kind of balance that out. Because right now it's not about the play. Right now it's about saving your account, saving your portfolio, so your portfolio or your account balance doesn't take a hit. You know, not too many people think that you gotta protect your account. Protect your account. Protect your gains. Limit your losses. Protect your gains. Limit your losses. Protect your gains. Limit your losses. Like, don't know how often I need to stress that. Crypto Slice, change your name back. What's up? Linda, have you done a video on Greeks? I did not. I did do a Robinhood video that I dropped on Saturday. That did cover some tips for beginners, which I did cover the Greeks in that, but I have not done one specifically for that. Easy's on his satellite phone. What up? Netflix is going down. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Netflix. So tech closed up for the most part, and Netflix is not holding on here. Yeah, I mean this is in trouble. However, I'd be a little worried because this is kind of where the bounce area is. However, it needs to fall a bit more, but it did bounce off 320 here. How did this close today? Actually, I wasn't watching him. Okay, close okay. Pretty much mimic the S&Ps here. If you look at the S&Ps and you look at this chart here, I mean, pretty much mirrors the S&Ps. So if that's the case, if it's mirroring the S&Ps, I would be nervous if I was holding long Netflix for tomorrow, because honestly, the S&Ps are broken. The chart's broken for right now. Oh, Crypto Slice been trading too much crypto. Aurora. Jose wants to know what's up for Aurora. Yeah, Jose, you got to balance out your portfolio. Aurora. I actually haven't traded this. Let's see. I've never heard of it. ACBFF. Do they have options? No options. So I don't typically trade. So, guys, I buy stock for the long term. If it doesn't have options for like short term, I don't really trade it. I don't trade or day trade or swing trade stocks. Stocks I hold for 1 to 5 years or more, depending on if I still believe in the trade. So honestly, I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade this. Chart looks just like the rest of the crypto. I mean, I'm sorry, the cannabis or weed stocks. All those charts are the same. They're getting sold off hard. Oh, Aurora. Okay, I don't know anything about that. I'm probably looking at something. We're probably talking about two different things then. Amazon. I was actually impressed. I was actually looking at Amazon this morning for a trade. And I was thinking down here of adding a position, and then it just ripped up way too fast for me. And then I was worried that was going to get rejected at 1800, which it went above it, and then kind of got rejected. And now we're at 1792, 1789. So the one thing about Amazon, if you're trading it, the options aren't very liquid. So you're gonna have to really focus on like what the mid price is for Amazon. AMRN. Ice Cooler, how you doing? Easy wants to know about AMRN. I think we talked about this before. Does this one have options, or do I have to go through my spiel again? Oh, it does have options. Looks like liquidity is pretty good. AMRN. IV is really deflated. You know, right now, let's see here so you guys can see. IV's come down from, wow, really fell apart because it's not going anywhere. They do have earnings November 7th. Let's see what these options are going for. Like if I were going to do something, I'd probably do something November 2nd or November, let's see here, November 9th maybe. Give it some time. But you got to be careful. It looks like the bid and ask is kind of wide on some of these puts here. And the calls probably because it's closed. Let's see what liquidity. Yeah, very liquid on the weeklies. Let's say the monthlies. Monthlies are okay. So you don't want to go out to November 16th. So I guess either you trade this week or you trade the monthlies. Like for me, I probably would just wait on it then, honestly, if it were me, and try to wait till we get a little bit closer to earnings. But IV looks pretty low right now. But I don't know. It's hard to tell like what past earnings is doing because the stock was such low priced. You know, so it's hard to say where the stock is going. Derek, yeah, the wheat stocks are selling off hard. Yeah, so for me, for AMRN, I would probably either do like, if I was going to trade, I'd do something for like November 2nd, and I would do something, I would do like the 21, and then the 19s probably. That's probably how I would layer it in. And then because right now the bid and the ask is kind of wide, I'd probably shoot for like $1.15, and then move my way up to like $1.20. I don't think I would pay $1.20 or $1.30 for it. I'd probably try 125. If I don't get 125, I probably would just pass. Let's see here. Pharma, I've been following them for months and made a decent profit due to a good phase of report medicine. Anyway, can you give me your opinion just by the chart? Yep. Got you, bro. Cryptos, Juan, what do you think of SYK? SYK. I don't think I've ever traded this. And it just looks like anything else. However, I mean, we're back here at like a bounce area probably, so you just got to be careful with it. IV's high, you probably know that, and they only got monthlies. Bid and the ask is tight. You know, just trade carefully. They only got monthly options, so just got to be careful. Not as liquid as some of the other ones that have weeklies. Let's see here. Thanks again for the Tastyworks. Thanks again for the Tastyworks referral link. Best options platform by far. I've closed out my Webbull and Robinhood accounts. Moving on forever. Share that link with us. Yeah, if you guys, I definitely appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I just recommend what I like to use. You know, you definitely can use whatever you want. Some people like Robinhood. I like Tastyworks. I like Thinkorswim. For a new trader, I think Tastyworks is great because you can visualize. It's got fast fills. And you can't really beat the pricing on that. So I don't get paid or anything from that. But if you guys want to use my referral link, it definitely helps me out. I don't have a sponsorship with Tastyworks or TD Ameritrade or Robinhood or anything. Like I don't get paid for recommending them. But if you do use the my referral link, then I do get some credits for that. Nothing huge, but you know, every little bit helps. So Sakara Kit, thank you so much. Easy made a decent profit due to a good phase report. Okay, I think we read that already. All right, we're coming up on 43 minutes. Anybody else have anything else? If this video was of value to you, hit that like button. It definitely helps me out. If you guys don't have anything else, you know, we'll close the session out, but try to answer a couple more questions here while we have a few more minutes. So to kind of recap, tomorrow I'm going to be looking at the bank stocks. I'm going to be looking at Tesla. I'm going to be looking at Alibaba. Chinese stocks are in play right now. Baidu has earnings this week, I believe. And I haven't been trading JD, but BHC. I do trade BHC from time to time. I've made some money. I made some money on the spike around here. I was trading them back in here. But right now, the thing about BHC, or what it used to be called was VRX, is it's a slow mover, man. You got to be patient with it. So like if you do trade it, like if you do trade BHC, you got to have like a 2 to 3 week outlook. It does move, but I mean, you had to, like right in here, you had to be real patient. This took 2 to 3 weeks just to get this spike here. You know, so what I noticed, like the personality of BHC, what it likes to do is it likes to bleed people out and then move. So just be mindful. Just be mindful of that. It bleeds you out, and then it moves. You know, kind of like what Tilray did to me in the last week. It bled me out, and then today it did the move. Day after expiration. Easy. Hit me up afterwards. I'll answer whatever questions you want. Yeah, and you guys, you can always hit me up on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Twitter. And you can leave the comments below on the videos. I respond. I get push notifications for all the comments that go on this channel. So I do respond to everybody that comments on here, unless you're a spammer. Just kidding. But seriously, don't spam. It's bad for you. Well, that being said, you know, if nobody else got anything else, that's kind of what I'm looking at for tomorrow. It's definitely going to be very interesting. I think tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be, you know, for the S&Ps particularly, tomorrow, if we go lower, like 2740, 2720, I think we're going to be in some serious trouble. So for those that are long, protect yourself. For those that are short, protect yourself. Samuel, I did go over Amazon a little bit ago. Catch that replay if you guys want. So anyways, guys, it was nice chatting with you. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. If you're not yet a member of our options trading group, the link's below. It's free. I post all my trades in there. I got a lot more things coming. We're going to be doing Discord. We're going to be doing live streaming. We're going to be having a course come out. I mean, it's crazy. I'm working the death here. I'm working the death. But yeah, I just want to help you guys out. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me. I definitely love talking about the stock market, you know, day in, day out, and you guys chatting it up definitely make a difference. So Manny, Samuel, Ice Cooler, easy. You guys take it easy. Derek, take it easy. Easy. Just send me a message. Cobra Commander, peace out. You guys have a great day.